Hi, this is Jim Brillon. I'm going to be doing a number of short videos on LGBT issues in therapy. And I hope that as this show continues, that if there's any topics or things of special interest that you want to hear about, that you'll contact me and let me know and give me some feedback. I hope it'll be educational and get people to start thinking about different ideas. If you want to reach me, you can reach me at james@bodymindcounselor.com. That's my website and email. Let me know what you'd like to see. To start off with, I think I'd like to talk in the first video with Dr. G. We talked about some of the issues that LGBT people bring into therapy. And I want to talk about the idea that it's really not your orientation that's the problem. It's not because somebody is gay, bisexual, lesbian, transgender, or queer that's an inherent problem because you're okay. What the real issue is the stigma, the discrimination, the oppression, the sort of microaggressions that people have to suffer with on a daily basis, those negative identity messages that we get from people in a heterosexist culture that doesn't accept people who are gender variant. And that basically is the problem. And unfortunately, growing up in that kind of environment where people are chronically and repeatedly shamed and invalidated for who they are, it's very easy to develop, a sense that there's something wrong with me. And I think that that's really at the core of many of the issues that LGBT clients bring into therapy. Really, the core emotion that I've identified is shame. And when somebody is feeling shame, often it's so deep and it's so covered over by other things that you may not even recognize that that's what it is. But the core of shame is really a feeling that there's something deficient about me, that somehow, that there's something inherently wrong with me, and that makes me, unlovable. And it creates lots of problems in relationships. People in the LGBT community have a really a much higher rate of substance abuse. There's more smoking, more drinking, more drugs, and more issues that come up from really what is a need to stop feeling what I'm feeling. And that's an element of shame. It's experiential avoidance. It's I don't want to feel the way that I feel. And you can end up developing compulsions, addictions, all kinds of numbing behaviors to just stop feeling what I'm feeling. And I think that's really a core element of getting back to who you are in therapy. And it's important also who you end up working with. If you're looking for a therapist, if you're looking to start seeing somebody to help you kind of work through some of your issues, it's really important that you find an affirmative therapist. And that's a therapist who doesn't have their own baggage about gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender people. It's somebody who recognizes that it's not your orientation that's the problem. It's the way you're treated in society that makes you feel like you don't belong. Now, granted, a lot of LGBT people have a lot of the same issues that straight people deal with. Yet a lot of the problems with disconnection comes directly from the marginalization that we suffer. And you don't want to have to deal with that with your therapist. So if you're interested in getting into therapy, ask your therapist, are you an affirmative therapist? And if they can't say that they are, then keep looking. And if you need help finding somebody, you can contact me and I can help you to find somebody. But really the important thing is that you are working with somebody that understands you as a person doesn't judge you from the outset. And that doesn't mean just tolerance, but affirmation. Because I think in our society, we hear the word tolerance used a lot. People say, if we could just tolerate people more, if there were more tolerance, we'd be fine. But I really kind of challenge that idea. I don't think we need to tolerate each other. If you look at the meaning of the word tolerate, it means to put up with something that we don't care too much for. We tolerate inclement weather. We tolerate ants at a picnic. We tolerate, food that doesn't turn out just right. We don't need to tolerate each other. We actually need to affirm each other. We need to learn to accept each other and create ways of belonging for people in a culture. And when we can start moving toward that as a society, I think a lot of the struggles that LGBT people live with will subside. So that's kind of a place to start. And I'm looking forward to upcoming weeks of doing these programs. Like I said, if you want to be in contact, get in touch with me at james@bodymindcounselor.com, and look forward to talking with you in the upcoming weeks. Take care.